Hi, my name is Rebecca with Madison Credit Union. I'm going to talk to you today about some of our online banking and mobile app services. I have right now on the screen our mobile app. I'm going to focus on the mobile app because it has all of the same functionality as the online banking. However, it also has mobile check deposit and debit card controls. So getting started, we're going to go to log in. If you've just downloaded the app, you can pretty much click anywhere on the screen, but we're going to click right up here in the right corner, sign in. And there's different options that it gives you to sign in. The first one, when you're first downloading, you're going to see username and password. So you'll enter your username and password here, continue. Later on, you have the option of a PIN code that you can use, voice authentication, Face ID, or if your phone allows, fingerprint ID as well. I have Face ID set up on my phone, so I'm going to log in that way. And now if you want to look in those settings, if this is the first time you're downloading the app and logging in, it's going to prompt you. It's going to look at your device and say, oh, it looks like your device is able to use FaceTime or able to use fingerprint ID. And it's going to take you up here to this right corner, that little picture, circle picture. And it will give you authentication options down there in sign in and security. There it will give you options for a PIN authentication if you want to turn that on, voice, Face ID, that one checked. If there was fingerprint ID, it would also be under that device specific authentication. And then there's one last little feature that it has, quick authentication. So if you click that there and have that turned on, it will remember the last way that you logged into your app. So if you logged in with Face ID last time, it will automatically pull up the Face ID and you just push login and it will log in. Let me show you how that works here. So I'm going to sign out. And now I'm going to log back in and it automatically sees my face and logs me right back in. So this is your preferences. Here you can jump to different accounts. If this were your spouse's account, let's say you have your own account, your spouse also has an account that you're both joined on. And you can have it set up. You see I have a switch accounts. Penny the Hedgehog here has 2 children, and her children, Susan B. Hedgehog and Benjamin Franklin Hedgehog. She is joined on their youth accounts, so she can jump. Once you're in it, you can use it as if you had initially logged into that one. So you can move money, you can deposit checks remotely, you can transfer money, check balances, pay bills from this account, anything you need to do. To get back to your initial account that you had logged into, you come up to that little circle up there, and then you just say switch back to Penny Hedgehog. Or obviously it's your name. One note about account jumping, you will have to log into online banking for that extra account. So you'll contact the credit union, tell them that, okay, I'm joined on these accounts. I want to set up the jump function. It's called jump. And I want access to these accounts. And they'll say, okay, they'll push some buttons and they'll say, okay, it's ready to go. You'll have to go in and set up online banking for that specific account. Choose the username and password, do the security questions. And then when you come for the first time and click, it will ask you for that username and password for this account. Once you do that one time, it will not ask you again. And then you can just log in and log out easy without having to input that every time. But that is something that you'll have to contact the credit union to set up. And another thing I'd like to show you here in the preferences is that you can change your username and password at any time and your security questions. The username will automatically be defaulted to your member number. If for security purposes, you don't want to have that as your username, you can change that in here. The password as well. Periodically through online banking in the app, it'll give you say, hey, reminder, change your password. It's been a while. So you just could click in here and you can change your password. Another way to keep your account safe is through eAlerts. If you don't log in every day and check your balances, check your account activity, you can set up eAlerts that will give you notifications when something has happened. It can give you notifications of, let's see, well, I'll show you some options here. So you can click in eAlert subscriptions. So there's a few eAlerts already set up on this one. But we can create a new one. So you can have your daily account balance sent, which is at the end of the day, it'll give you this is your account balance. You can set up notifications and account thresholds, which lets you know, okay, you'll get a notification if the amount in the account has exceeded a certain amount or has gone below a certain threshold. So if you want to have an alert on your account to let you know that your balance is getting low, you can go into here, account thresholds, and set it to 100, 200, however much to avoid overdraft fees if you need. ACH transactions, you can set that up so that you get notified. It'll be a push notification or an email notification when an ACH transaction has happened, whether it's an incoming or an outgoing. So if you're waiting for your paycheck to come in, you can have that set up, and as soon as it hits your account, it'll give you a notification. Number of posted transactions. If you know how many transactions you do in a day, you can set that up. And if that's different than, what you did, then you can see, oh, there's been fraud. Let me check and go deeper into the account. You can also set it up on loan payments for the payment due. I'll show you here. You can select your loan account. Penny has a car. You can set a payment due date reminder for how many days prior to the payment. And if it's missed, how many days after the due date you're willing to for that payment. And then it also gives you a skip if the amount is due is 0. So it won't even give you a notification if you don't owe anything on your loan. The alert destinations, this is the same for all of the alerts. There's this secure message center, which is basically a message through online banking or the mobile app. There's a secure message center and an email reminder. There's an email only, and then a send a message to my mobile device. This one is set up with a cell phone number. If it wasn't, it would say you need to enroll a cell phone number here, and you could put in your cell phone number and have that set up to go give you. Now, there is one other kind of alert that we have is the debit card alerts. Within your debit card, this is your debit card right here. And this Penny's debit card, I should say. It gives you card controls. So you can log in here, hitting that card controls. Okay, here are here is the debit card where it would be showing the current balance, the available balance. And then right down here, that blue box there, it says card controls. If you click that, this will take you to turn your card on and off. So this card is active. Let's say you misplaced it, you lost it, you think it's stolen. You can turn that off and you can lock the card. You can just lock it, turn it off, and the card is completely safe. There's going to be no other charges on it. Unlock that. And then if you found it, it's hiding in the couch cushions, or you can view card activity. The report lost or stolen basically just gives you the number for Madison Credit Union here or for the debit card. But one of the best features of this, it has an edit activity alert settings. So if you turn that on, you'll see you can enable activity alerts, which basically says anytime that your debit card is used, you can get a notification sent to your device. It'll come through the app and say, oh, this person just, had a purchase at Woodman's. You can have it set to send you authorized transactions for all transactions or just ones over a certain amount. If you use your card 500 times a day, you don't want to get notified every time. Just do it for larger transactions. You can also set it up if to get an alert if the card is not present for online orders, things like that. Then, if you've used your debit card to buy something online, the card that site is compromised, your card gets stolen, it's used again somewhere online, you get a notification right away. Well, look, my card was used to buy $500 worth of baby rattles from Alibaba. That was definitely not me. I don't need that much. You can also set for foreign transactions if your card is being used for a business abroad. You'll get that notification. Penny has everything set up because we want Penny to be very safe with her account. Now we have gone over logging in safely with Face ID. Instead of using your username and password, you can use Face ID, a PIN, fingerprint ID. We've gone over monitoring and making sure your accounts are secure with debit card alerts and activity alerts. You've now looked at how to jump between different accounts so you don't have to log out and log back in each time on if you have multiple accounts or if you're joined on multiple accounts. Now, let's go into another feature that is very popular is mobile check deposit or remote check deposit. With our mobile check deposit feature, you can deposit a check to your Madison Credit Union account. You can choose whichever account here, and up to $2,500 per check per day and up to $5,000 per month. We'll show you here how to do that. So if you go down, you see that bottom bar down there, it will show a camera with deposit. That is for the remote check deposit. So you click that there. And we want to make a new deposit. So we're going to deposit to our checking. Penny did some extra work for $250. So we're going to give her, put that in her checking. Now it's going to show, you're going to have to take a picture of the check. A couple good things to remember about doing that is the check should stay within those 4 lines, those 4 white lines. You should make sure that the check is legible, that it's not fuzzy, and watch for any glares on the picture. If there's, the light hits it weird and you're not going to be able to read the number, you don't want that. And you don't want to see the check outside. You want to make sure the check is fully and put it in there. And then you're going to go ahead and push that blue button, say, okay. It's going to show you the picture. You can say, okay, that looks good. I can read that. Accept. Now you're going to have to take a picture of the back of the check. It's giving you a tip here that says, write for mobile deposit only, and then sign the check. Don't forget to sign the check or endorse the check, and don't forget to write for mobile deposit only. If you fail to do that, the check will not go through. So I've already done that here for Penny. Here we're going to line that up a while again. We're going to push that blue accept picture button. That looks good. We're going to accept that, and we are going to submit that payment. So if you have any questions with that, please reach out. We can, if you have any question that the check went through, please let us know. We look at those, we make sure that everything is okay, and we get those processed a few times a day. So as long as the home button has some great little information here, some quick links. Down here in this section, we have our how-to section. So if you need a quick update on how to bill pay, how to eAlerts, how to pay anyone, account jumping, mobile check deposit, those are all right there for you. And it'll take you to a link to our website that goes over with pictures and video. And we're going to move to this Move Money section. In Move Money, this is basically you want to send a transfer. You can do it immediate. You can do it scheduled. You can transfer between accounts. If you set it up with a credit union ahead of time, you can transfer to accounts at other financial institutions, all from right here. So we're going to start here with Pay Anyone. Pay Anyone is a great service. It's similar to Zelle, similar to Venmo. You want to send somebody money. It's not a company. It's just, your friend, you went out to dinner, they paid, you say, okay, let me send you, some money here. And you can send it right from your account. So you would click here, pay anyone. All you would need is the person's cell phone number or email address. So you want to make a payment here. We'll say set up a new payment. You can see your payment history. We're going to here say send a new payment. We're going to say let's send some money to Scott. We'll say email. I don't know his phone number. Right. Okay, so we got that in there. Now it's going to ask us for the amount. We're going to give him $7. Like a nice number. Continue. And now it's going to ask for a security question. So we're going to have arranged this with the recipient, either after we set it up or ahead of time. You give a security question. I'm going to say, how many dogs do you have? Put 3. And there's the answer. And I'm going to say continue. And so that's the security question. That's the answer. If he wants to get this money, he's going to have to know the answer to that. And I'm going to send the payment. And now he'll receive a notification through his email that somebody's looking to send him money, that he has to answer that security question. And it will give him the option of saying where he wants the account money, where he wants the money to go. And then it's done. And you can see right now it's pending. You can see failed payments, successful payments, pending payments, payment in process. Yeah. Do you have any questions with that? The next thing I'd like to go over is bill pay. Bill pay is a really great function, a great way to put all your bills into one place. You can pay your MG&E bill through MG&E. You can pay your Allstate bill through Allstate, or you can pay them all through your Madison Credit Union bill pay. To get started, you would add a payee here, that button. There are 2 ways that bills will be paid. One is via check, and the other is through electronic transfer. Most commonly for large businesses, for cell phone carriers, for MG&E, for insurance, those will go electronic. If you're trying to pay your babysitter or your rent, and that will go as a check. So we're going to try MG&E, Madison Gas and Electric. You can pay the city of Madison if you want. We'll just pay Madison Gas and Electric. So to know if this is going to go electronic or not, if that name populates like it did, then it will go electronically. As long as it populates, these examples, these are just a few examples that pop up, but all these auto-populated, and those will go automatically electronic. Madison Gas and Electric, auto-populated, will go electronic. I can continue. Then you add the account number. You type the account number, zip code. You can add a nickname. Let's say it's you have a rental property or an extra summer home. You can say this is for the gas at the cabin. Phone number, things like that. And you go to the next. Once you get to the next, it will ask you to confirm the address. One very important step is to make sure that the address on the bill is the same address that is provided here in the system. Companies like Allstate and Progressive, a lot of insurance companies have different branches in different states, and your bill will be maybe from that Wisconsin branch. So, but in the system here, it may not have that same address on your bill as it does in the system. It's very important then to say, I want it to go to this other address. It will give you the option to input the same address that's on your bill and send that. With that in mind, that first payment may go by check just because it wasn't completely already in the system. But once Allstate or Progressive or whoever the company is gets that payment, they will automatically set up so that the next time it will go electronically. But just if it's that first time and the address is different, just give it a little extra time to make that payment before it's actually due so that you don't get any overdraft charges, just in case it has to go by check. One more thing in bill pay here that I wanted to mention. If you look here at Madison Gas and Electric, it is eligible for e-bills. E-bills is basically a way for you to connect your Madison Gas and Electric account with your Madison Credit Union bill pay. To do that, you would have to go into Madison Gas and Electric's website, set up a username and password with them. Click that e-bills and enroll now for e-bills. You would type in that username, ID, and password that you created with the MG&E Madison Gas and Electric website. Now your accounts will be linked. Every time you get a bill from Madison Gas and Electric, it will automatically show in your bill pay the amount that's owed. As soon as you get that amount, it'll update right away. You can set that up for your cell phone carriers. You can set that up for most major companies have e-bill eligibility. What's great is you can pay multiple bills at one time. So if you had these different, you could just all payees. Let's say you owed Chase credit card for your credit card. You owed Madison Gas and Electric. You owed something for water. You could select all payees. You could select individual and say pay these couple here, and then just push pay, schedule a payment for a certain date, and set it up all at once. So it makes bill paying very easy. There is one new feature that our online banking and mobile app login information is going to have another security feature starting in November 11th. We will have multi-factor authentication. Right now, in a way, we have a form of multi-factor authentication with using your Face ID or fingerprint ID for mobile app. But we're going to have a 2-device option. So when you log into the mobile app or into online banking, it will ask for a code for you to send to your cell phone or to your email. It's very important that anyone who uses that account has their email and or their cell phone number on file with the credit union, because it's only going to pull up phone numbers and emails that you have on file for that account. If it's a joint account and both husband and wife are accessing that account from their own phones or their own computers, you want to make sure that you have both of those persons' email addresses or phone numbers on there so that they can send that code to themselves to be able to log into the account. To make sure to check your what account information is on the account, you can go up to that little circle into personal settings, and you can look in personal information. And here it will list the address, any emails we have on file, any phone numbers we have on file. Now, if the phone number is only your home phone number and not your cell phone number, you want to make sure you get your cell phone number on here, because if your home phone can't accept any text messages, then it's not going to help you as a way to handle that 2-factor authentication. And you can set up as many phone numbers as you want on the account. To set up those numbers, we made a nice little form here. So if you go to the home screen, at the top here, it says update personal information. You can click that, and it's going to take you to a form where you enter your name, and then you're going to say, I want to update my current phone number, and I want to add additional phone numbers. My email's fine. Let's put Penny here. Jog, all right. And continue. And then it's going to ask for any old phone numbers that are out of date that you want to take off. I don't have any really old ones, I guess. I just need to add new ones. So let's add another mobile, add that phone number. And I'm going to say it's, Harry's cell. To keep them straight. So if you make sure that is done and updated before November 11th, then there should be no problem, no connectivity issues with you, no problems logging into the account. It's very important that by November 11th, we have that any current mobile numbers and email addresses for anybody who wants to access the account, just to make sure that there are no login issues. If you have any questions for us at all, please just give us a call. We'll be happy to go over everything on a one-on-one meeting. We can do it through a one-on-one Zoom call. We can do it in person. We want to make sure that you are taking full advantage of all the online services and digital services that we have. Two main goals is that you have easy access to your money in a very secure way. And with our mobile apps, Face ID, fingerprint ID, and that two-factor, that two-step authentication, there's really not much safer that you can do for an account. Mobile apps, the security that you have with your phone, especially if you're using like a data signal and not, an unknown Wi-Fi, very secure. So, and feel comfortable using the Face ID and the fingerprint ID. It's very hard to steal somebody else's face to log into an account. It's easier to guess a username and password than it is to get somebody's face or fingerprint ID to log into an account. And now with us adding that extra second step, it's just going to be that extra level of security to make sure all your information is safe. So please, again, let us know if you have any questions. We're here. Have a great day. Bye.